Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting edition of Chico and the Tanman Show. I am your host, the Tanman, and my partner in crime beside me, Chico.
What up, peoples?
And I want to introduce exciting guests that we have on. But first, let me explain what our show is about to anybody who's just tuned in new for the first time. Hold on, let me mute that there. Well, first, I want to say our show, we talk about film, movies, like comics, geek, space stuff. We're huge Batman fans and, stuff like that. So, it's pretty much just us, like, kind of just having, like, good transitional conversation like you would with, we always have our beer ready. We wanted to, like, you're just sitting, yeah, there you go, Stella right there. That you're just sitting with your, friends. That you're sitting with your friends and just, shooting the shit and talking like we were doing way before this. So, please, come and, hopefully you enjoy what we have to say. And if you do, go over to, the YouTubes and give us a like and comment because we really appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. And for you podcast listeners, want to let you know we're on all things that you can find podcasts. We're on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Pocket Cast, and of course Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcasts is very important because you can actually like rate and review, and if you take a minute after the show, please, or if you're already listening through Apple Podcasts, please go over there and give us a review. It helps the algorithm, puts more ears and eyes on us. So again, we really appreciate that. But now I would like to introduce our fine guest. She's awesome, she's talented, and we're finally got her here, and we're lucky to have her scheduled. I would like to introduce hold on, before I introduce her, I need to change the name. Awesome. Good job, Vic.
Under pressure.
I know. I was like, oh, man, we were trying to get all the levels right here. And I didn't change the name when we were doing it. But, okay. All right. Okay, now we can introduce our guest here, Codex, not Love Phenomenon. Hey, Codex.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how's it going? Good. Thank you for being here on our show.
Oh, is that a Harley Quinn cup?
Oh, it is, my friend.
Oh,
that should look dope. Yeah,
that is cool. What? Okay, so are you like? We're gonna have to ask this now. Are you a strictly Harley Quinn fan, or are you a Batman fan in general, or what's up?
I love Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Love her.
Do you read her comics or anything like that, or just?
I have a couple, yeah.
Really? Okay, or like
Yeah.
her solo stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because now she's what's going on in the comics now. She's not Mr. J's main squeeze anymore. It's a new person. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like her solo runs. I think it's a lot better. But again, thank you for being here. And first, why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself? Like, for example, like what got you into like video games?
Well, I've been playing video games for quite a while. Probably started playing on the Super Nintendo. First game I ever played was Zelda. At my babysitter's. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Only person that was cool enough to have a system at that time.
Now, which one was it? Link to the Past?
Yes.
Oh, I love that one so much. That one is so good. Yeah, because it's so funny because I think when we talked to Love, what was like hers? Wasn't she like she was like talking about what? Was she talking about N64 or something? Or we felt like...
Yeah.
No, I think it was about the same, I think. I just remember some people I talk to in general when I'm like talking about like their first system, it's like N64. So I think Love is with us.
Talking about that.
My first system was an N64, and I had to beg for it. I think I got it for like my 10th birthday. Might have been, yeah. No,
Oh.
I was about, I'm older, so I'm older than Love.
The boots, I like that. I'm hearing the boots. South Park got it right? No, just kidding. No, they don't get it right. No, okay, well that's cool because I would say I wouldn't say I would have to say my parents bought most of my systems up until I think the one I actually was able to afford for the first time was an Xbox. But I've always had
mine too.
Yeah, I always had Nintendo.
Mine was the PS2 was the first one I ever bought.
Oh wow, yeah. Dude, it was crazy because I remember like being in line for the first time. Like I convinced my stepmother, if she could like drop me off before school to like, you know, go to, I think it was Target or someone, but he had to wait in line. And it was so funny because I was expecting more like kind of teenagers around my age to be there. Dude, it was like 40-year-old men and stuff like talking behind me. And in the line are parents getting their stuff like for their kids, and I'm the one like the only kid like before school being able to like buy stuff. So I was like, this is weird. I you know, because
talking trash.
yeah,
Like,
you know,
shouldn't this kid be in school?
I know, right? But these guys are like taking off to play fucking games and shit, and they're like 40 years old and stuff.
Hey, don't judge. We did that.
I know. I know, right? You know those fucking midnight releases and stuff. You know, we
Yeah,
would,
yes,
do
sir.
that. Okay, well, cool. Like so gaming's in your blood. So what how long before you decided to kind of, you know, show people, you know, what you got or kind of be out there on the Twitch? Because it's been pretty recent, right?
It's really recent for me. Like, I think I started streaming about a month ago.
Wow, and you're already affiliated, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
That's awesome. I mean,
Yeah, the community is amazing, but I wasn't ready for it, that's for sure.
Now, can you tell people a little bit, like what you do on your like stream and stuff? Like, what do you show? Like, is it just games or?
I started off with Tokyo Ghoul. I've been playing that quite a bit, and then I've kind of transitioned over into Overwatch and Apex. Lately, I've been streaming a lot of Uno.
Nice,
It's
nice.
fun.
Yeah, those party people love those party games, and you can't
Yeah.
beat Uno. Uno's good, or Monopoly.
Uno's
and stuff.
amazing. It's
Didn't we
cutthroat,
do,
but amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry for a while, right?
Oh, dude, sorry. Oh my god, that game just pissed people off. That and Monopoly just causes, you know, friction. I don't know why.
Monopoly breaks up families.
Yeah,
That's all I have to say.
It does.
Bro,
It
I
does.
remember one time you and I and a few other friends were playing, and it was like 2 a.m, so we all decided to go home. But we all took pictures of where we left off.
Mhm.
So when we came back, we would just pick right up. We didn't even trust Roger at the time too, because it was at Roger's house.
Oh yeah, you know, cheating, man. We don't trust that crap.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. Well, you know what's hilarious? You're talking about Apex. I saw that. I thought it was hilarious the clip you got out of there where you were like, your team was down, and I think they took a few people out, but you were just, it was just you, and you had to take the guy, but you were watching him. I think you were watching him revive. His teammates are just standing there reloaded. They're like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "I hate you. I'm sorry." Like,
I suck at Apex. I don't know why I continue playing it.
mm-hmm. Glutton for punishment.
I said some choice words there. I said some very choice words.
It was hilarious. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, because that stuff kind of, you know, it's a little nerve-wracking when you do the battle royale games.
Yeah.
But you mentioned Tokyo Ghoul, and
yes.
So I mean, obviously, I mean, you know, love. So you love the anime.
Yes.
We here love anime. I think Chico's a little bit more old school like anime than the more recent ones.
When I was younger, it's because just when I was younger, it's the only time I really watched it.
Yeah.
I haven't really got into any right now.
Yeah. We talked about how hard it was already before, like, for us to get access. It was always after school. The Toonami was our, you know, the mainstream stuff. But what was like yours? Like, what got you? What anime show got you into anime to begin with?
Let's see. DN Angel was my first anime I ever watched. Besides, like, Dragon Ball, sorry, and like Sailor Moon and all that stuff.
Oh,
but
wow.
DN Angel definitely got me into that. I'm giving up on that.
We'll go back later.
Yeah. So did you read it first, or you just kind of?
No, I watched it. So I was probably like in grade 8 when I started watching it.
Okay.
Like religiously.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Now,
we didn't have much access back then, so
yeah. So how were you doing it? Just going to like websites?
Websites, yeah.
Okay.
That good old dial-up.
Oh, gotta love it.
Gotta let it buffer for like an hour.
Yeah.
Downloading a picture took like fucking 30 minutes. That's so
Yeah.
crazy. I was like, because I used to, you know, because I always thought I was cool, because like 6th grade, I was like, I printed out, because, you know, at the time, I think they only went as far as like Frieza. on Dragon Ball Z, but like I had access to the internet, and I was like, dude, I was like, they're way past this, and I was printing out like all the Super Saiyan forms, and I was like, I think I was going past Boo, and I would have the folder, and I would show my friends. I was like, look at this, look, they go Super Saiyan. I was like, you ever seen this? I was like, this is cool. And then I was like, there's like different levels. Like I was like, thought I was like the shit. Because
I thought that's great. That's my grandpa used to go down to the States and get your guys' satellite dishes and then bring them back, and you'd get like certain cards that you could watch everything from the States, and that's how I got into anime as well.
Oh wow!
Just from, yeah.
Oh man,
you guys got all the best channels.
Oh man, now
wild, dude.
Yeah, that is crazy because I forgot. Yeah, they had the cards for the dish. I didn't know.
Yeah.
At the time, you could like gain access that way. That's like before you get the like VPN, like that's like fossil way of VPN.
You always had to get the card updated every month because it would get hacked, and they're like, oh, you're in Canada, not in the States.
Oh
like,
man, that's
I'm on the border, I swear.
That's cool. That's
wild though. I've actually never heard of somebody actually doing something like that.
No, that's pretty cool. Your dad is already cool in my book. Yeah, your dad's cool as shit.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, that is. So like, okay, so other than that, do you do it because I know Love sometimes she has like days where she'll just like talk about anime stuff. Do you do the same thing, or you just saving that for your other
I'm gonna eventually do that. Tonight actually I'm doing a live react to stuff. I have a bunch of people in my Discord sending a bunch of stuff, which is being screened at the moment.
Okay.
Because I don't trust them all fully. And I am gonna blind watch everything, which I am nerve-wracked for, but it's gonna be fine.
So I was gonna say a South Park reference of like do you watch South Park at all before
yes,
I do. Okay, so
yes, I do.
Was it like that chat roulette episode?
No, not that, but the Backdoor Sluts 9 like a thing. Like imagine if like when you were saying I gotta like
precious.
have it like make sure it's all good, because I could see somebody sending you some crazy
like those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My precious.
I know that was a good episode, but Backdoor
That was a great one. I loved it, dude.
Yeah, that one's so funny. But cool. That's awesome. So also, what I want to talk about is the your new show that it's like you, Love, and then Simply Amanda's on there.
Yes.
Which I would love to have. Of course I gotta have. You guys are
I have to
have her on the show. So we're definitely I'm gonna DM her and be like, hey, you need to come on. Because you guys are like, it's funny because it's like you are the Trinity of anime. So you have the Trinity: Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. You're like the Triforce. We'll go old school. You're the Triforce of the Girl Squad, and I think that's cool. So why don't you tell people a little bit about your new show and what you guys are doing? Because I've seen it, and it seems like it's like kind of like a just kind of chat, ask us questions, or is that like just the beginning format right now?
That was our first one. Yeah, it was just like basically an introductory and what we want to do. We want it so. Because there isn't a lot of women who come out and talk about that they're anime fans, or we get told we don't exist, which happens quite often. But it's just more of a comfortable place for people to come in, can talk about what they want and feel comfortable. I know our next one that we're doing on the 9th, Love and I are doing top 3 animes, top 3 mangas, and favorite anime movie. And Amanda's doing top 6 animes and top movie. So we're kind of going to get more into it. It's going to be that bi-weekly thing just because of my work schedule.
Yeah. I can relate. I know the schedules are crazy, but that's so cool that you all three are making it work and stuff, and like you said, like the community is great. So like the voice that you guys are trying to present to people, I think is like a perfect example of saying, hey, you're welcome no matter what. We kind of can understand how you guys feel, but like you won't feel like that in our our channel. So I think that's pretty cool. I like that. I appreciate that a lot. It was pretty funny. Now are you now, have you seen like some new subscribers since you started the new channel, or you're just kind of carrying over more people now?
The follow right now is ridiculous. I think last time I looked, we're at 90, and we've only aired 1 episode. 90 followers, so we just have to get the hours in to get affiliate now.
Yeah, that's
it's insane. It is ridiculous. It's insane. but it's the community too, like all the shares. Like a couple of the big boys sent out a couple of shout outs to us, which was amazing. And
Yeah,
much love.
yeah,
That's so
definitely.
fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it seems like Twitch is a pretty cool way to go because you can get those like raids and stuff like that, which people can, if
Yeah.
they're done streaming, they can kind of like bring their people over to you who have like same interests, which is like funny because I actually probably gonna DM all you three because I have an idea of something in the future that I want to do. I think it's pretty cool. Actually, I would have to say you guys are a little bit of inspiration on that. I appreciate that Love gave a shout out to me, and I want to have to say a little bit what I'm gonna probably do next. I want to give credit to you all because you guys kind of sparked the idea in me. And speaking of that, which I thought was pretty cool, that you guys have like your own merch like already.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, dude. Yeah, go ahead and tell people about that.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
The merch. Oh my god, I wish I could show it. I don't have it. I'm ordering. Oh, I have to talk to Love today.
Okay.
I'm actually ordering my sweater today. It's our banner, and it says "Get yourself a wee whammon" on the back. I am pumped. I am so excited. There's stickers. There's gonna be booty emotes soon too. Stickers. I'm not sure if you guys have seen
Well, explain
mine,
that.
Love's and Amanda's.
Explain the booty emote thing to us in the audience because I was curious about that. I was like, what is this booty that they keep talking about?
So Love has her booty as an emote.
Okay.
And it kind of just adapted to all three of us that
That's
we all
funny.
had to have a booty emote.
That's funny.
Yes.
And that's great. So people will be like having their stickers around. It's like slapping the booty kind of thing.
I can't wait. That booty sticker is going on my car. It has a special place already picked out.
That's cool. That's awesome. So each of you have your own like. It's not just like all three of you, right? Or you have that, and then you have individual ones. Correct?
I think Love said we're going to eventually do all individual.
Okay.
But right now we're just focusing on the SimplyPhenoDex.
Okay, so yeah, tell
and
people
Love's.
the name of your show is PhenoDex, right?
SimplyPhenoDex. So it's all three
SimplyPhenoDex.
of our names combined.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even
Yes.
think about that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, SimplyPhenoDex. Please, go over there and check them out. And you said it's like a bi-weekly, correct?
Yeah. For right now, it's going to be bi-weekly.
Okay. Cool. That's awesome. Like I said, I'm me and Love have known each other for almost a year now, and the things she's accomplished already, I'm always stoked for. And anybody in the space, and like I said, I just met you, but I think that's so cool that what you guys are doing, and I wish you all the best on that. And,
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I want to get back to a little bit on I didn't really get to talk to Love about this, but there was some news that I wanted to touch. We just didn't get around to it. So I'll ask you this. Do you watch like of course, why am I know you're gonna say yes. Do you watch Studio Ghibli like
Yes.
films? Okay, did you hear about their new one that's coming out, that's actually like, I think it's like the first CG studio like movie that they're coming out?
No, I haven't. I need to look that up.
Yeah. Let me see if I
Sorry,
can.
my
Is it like
cat's
that
just-
whole Appleseed thing, or is it like actual
What do you mean?
like a studio? Is that with like live action? Or what?
Sorry,
well-
guys.
No, you're fine. No, the Studio Ghibli does those, like they did Princess Mononoke, and then they do like
Prince Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away.
Spirit Away, those type of movies.
Yes.
You've seen Princess Mononoke, haven't you, Chico? I know you have, right? Because it's
I've
kind of older.
Probably, I just don't remember.
Yeah, that one was
I actually
that was
gotta
my
see-
first one. That one
I
was
just
my
gotta see
first
like
one.
an image from it.
Yeah. If you get a chance, like pull it up, because it's one of my
There you go,
favorites.
Chico.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
Well,
so
actually,
good. Yeah, it's so good, man.
Yeah.
All of them are good. Well, here I just pulled this up, and it's called Earwig and the Witch, and it's their first
Interesting.
CG kind of almost like, it's a big budget. I mean, it looks really good. I guess this is. I was gonna ask if this was based on anything, but I guess it's just kind of created for this. And it's supposed to. I don't know if this is happening with everything, but they're trying to release it on December 2020. Now,
I have a feeling that might be held back.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Or they might
Just
just,
like everything else.
or
Yeah.
what they might try to do is like put it on, VOD maybe. I don't know. But what do you think about that? I mean, they're all. I see the thing I love about the Studio Ghibli is still, and animes in general, is just strictly like, you know, I love just their animation, their old school, like, you know, draw everything. I love that. Now that a big studio is actually, yep, here it popped up.
There's the timer.
Yeah, it popped up. We got 10 minutes, so we can talk about this a little bit. But the fact that they are transversing into the CG, how does that make you feel? Do you excited or?
It excites me a little bit. I'm honestly okay with change, but I hope they keep to the original kind of drawing out style. Oh, Jinx, get out of here. Come on. Sorry. My cat just wants my attention now.
I know how you feel.
I had to kick my dog out.
I'm in my living room, so I can't kick her out because, yeah. She never wants my attention, but now she does apparently.
That's how they are. I know.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the original style, but I'm excited for something for change. I'm always excited to see what they can do. Change is good sometimes.
Yeah, it is. And I'm looking at it, and it's like Pixar quality. I mean, it's not like cheap at all. It looks pretty cool, and it might just open more avenues, you know, for not just like stay in animation, but like can tackle, you know, CG and see what they can do with that, and do a little bit of both, which is pretty cool. I think that's exciting news. But people, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and take a break because Zoom is trying to tell us to take a
kick us out.
Yeah,
here.
I know, for real. So we will go ahead and be right back, and then we'll be back here with Codex. All right, be right back. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. Zoom can sometimes be a pain, but that's how it is. It's how it is for the freeness. But yeah, we're back here with our guest, Codex, and she's going to stick around, and I'm going to I want to bring a few more topics a little bit to her. So I want to know your take, while I have you here, because I know Loves, and I feel like I'm the only optimistic one about this. And I'm going to bring it up to any guest who's an anime fan. I'm going to probably keep bringing it up and see if I eventually get people on my side. How do you, we reported that they're doing a live action One Punch Man. Now, it's not going to be like Japanese studio. It's going to be actually they're going to put a lot of money into it. It's Sony. It's going to be here. How do you feel about a live action anime movie?
I hate all live actions.
They
have failed me every time.
Okay.
Every time. So if it's good, I'll maybe think about watching it. But until they prove me wrong, I'm probably going to still hate it.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. Now, like I said, I think a lot of it has because it's kind of like, Japanese studios, and they're kind of they do it that way. But with I always have some kind of a little bit of proven I guess evidence in my argument is because of what they did with like if you go back to the mid 90s, early 90s, comic book movies weren't really that the greatest of adaptations. They kind of just took kind of like the surface level, and then they did whatever they wanted to with the movies. But as it got to now, they're getting the geeks who watched those or read comics are now adults, and they are making the movie, so they are staying a little bit more true to the source material and making it in a way like Marvel example. I mean, why wouldn't I bring X-Men. A Marvel, right? Because it's a perfect example. With like Iron Man and all that stuff, that they take all the good things and they really put some love into it because they're so successful. And you can't really argue. There's a few sequels, obviously, you can argue, but not really. But so with it now kind of coming to here, and let's say I mean, there's not a lot of news on it, but let's say they get, the writers, or they get some writers from Japan, or they get, maybe the creator to give them their notes or whatever like that. How do you feel about that now that I say it? And then they'll have the budget behind it, and it's going to be what I have an issue with is when they kind of whitewash it. So me and Chico always talk about either you go all in or you don't. So if you're gonna make it American, or you make it Japanese. Don't just half-ass whitewash it. So what would you want if they do it? Let's say this is you hear the cast and it's amazing and all that stuff. What would you say would make this successful in your eyes? What would make it a
following
good
the actual story?
Okay. Now, how would you? What would you do? One Punch Man. What would you put in a first movie? Because remember, the problem with sometimes they kind of cram too much. So how would you feel like you would want to tackle this for a first movie?
I don't even know, to be completely honest. I've just been every live action I've seen, I've turned off halfway through because I get pissed off because they're not following what they should be doing and how they do things. You look at Full Metal Alchemist, you look at Tokyo Ghoul, they got the mask wrong.
Really? I didn't even want to watch because I like Tokyo Ghoul. And I didn't want to even
I didn't even watch it because they got the mask wrong.
Look, mask is actually pretty key.
That's something actually I do gotta agree with her. When it comes to I understand you got so much a whole season, say 24 episodes, to cramp into an hour and a half film. The least you could do is at least
get the details.
Yes, that's the least you could do. I understand if you're gonna leave certain things out from the story, but dude, when you don't have that outfit or that the essence of that person, it kind of ruins everything. Weird.
I think that's the biggest thing for me is detail. If you're gonna change up the story a little bit, that's fine, because everything's you look at all the X-Men movies, they're a bunch of different storylines put together half the time. Avengers, same thing. It's just the details, please. That's my biggest thing is the details.
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring a point to which you just addressed, with you're talking about how they take pieces of it. Now mangas and anime shows are known to just kind of do exactly what it is in the manga. There's like really no surprises if you read the manga.
Uh,
Do you want in movies? Do you want it to be exact, or do you want it kind of to take like at least like key elements or key points in story, and then they kind of do their own thing, but still stay true to, I guess, what the main plot is or the story? Would you want that, or do you want it exactly like what you're used to, where it's just like, I know this is gonna happen, I know this is gonna happen, I know it's gonna end right here?
You know what though? I don't care if there's differences. I don't.
Okay.
As long as you make it entertaining. Like you look at from manga, obviously I have a shit ton. Sorry for swearing.
No, we
but,
shit. We
um,
cuss here all the time.
It's you look
I
at
learned
anime
this
to
from
manga. You look at anime to manga and it's always going to be different. You look at the Tokyo Ghoul. I would rather read that any day than watch it, but I still watched it and it was completely threw me for a loop.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always going to be subtle differences. There's, if anything is, sorry, let me think about how I'm saying this first. If it's going to be exactly the same,
Yeah.
it's going to not be that entertaining.
Right.
Just detail.
Okay. Well, it's funny you bring that up. I mean, like I said, maybe it gets a pass, but I was telling like Love, like, I'm not really I don't really read the mangas. I'm more of like, just say give me the show. Does it take away if you read the manga and then you watch the show, does it take away some of those key moments or the surprises, or it doesn't really bother you because you're so used to it? Or would you prefer that they do like what Marvel does, or like, they take the essence or take some key points but kind of make it their own, but so certain things are the same, but it's general, you're still getting the surprise? Or
I'm kind of on the fence about that.
okay.
Because like one of my favorite mangas is Skip Beat, and I started watching the anime first, and that's why I went over to the manga because it had way more. It's still
Right.
not even completed yet. But as I was reading the manga, there was so much key points that they missed that they should have actually brought into the anime to bring more attention to it, so they could have got a next season for it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, okay, I understand. I mean, that's interesting because I always, want to ask people who read the manga versus like them, because she says, like Love told me, she's talked to people who are strictly just manga or strictly just anime, or a little bit of both. Like, they some mind, some don't mind. I'm kind of like, I'll wait years because I'm watching the show, so I'll wait years. Like I have a coworker who already tries to like spoil like My Hero for me, and I'm just like, no. Like he's like, dude, I got to tell you this, but I might spoil. I'm like, no, just give me an idea, but don't freaking spoil it. I'll wait forever. I don't care. But oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Patience.
But yeah,
Patience.
exactly.
I don't have that either. I don't have it.
And I hate when sometimes I'll read something about, because on my Twitter feed or like news or something, and then I read it because it was like, oh, I wonder what this is about, and then it'll be like My Hero, it'll be like a spoiler. I'm like, God damn it! I was like, I gotta stop doing this to myself now. Which is really cool is like me and Chico are huge Batman fans, and we commented on your cup, the Harley Quinn thing. You say you're a huge Harley Quinn fan. Did you watch Birds of Prey?
No, not yet.
Not yet. I enjoyed it. I can't remember. Chico, did you have mixed feelings? I don't know if
I think I had mixed.
Okay. I liked it a lot. I think
because I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a big fan of her in Suicide Squad.
Thank you.
I wasn't a big fan. I think they lost a few of her essence there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could tell they were banking on Will Smith and her. You know what I mean? That they
Right.
overlooked everybody else.
Well, I mean, if you go back, people say those are the two best performances. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, 'cause those are the biggest names there.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like, come on, man.
You don't need to have a big name to make something
Oh,
excellent like
not,
that.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Like,
exactly.
they could have
Even then,
found.
like, Captain Boomerang was dope.
Yeah.
I love Captain Boomerang. That was my, that was my dude.
Yeah, I wish we got more of him.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely, yeah.
well, with the movie, like, I mean, I think she took a little bit from that, but I think she was still like a better character, because I think that's what they needed. They needed to not the whole reliance of Mr. J and kind of lean more to where she is in the comics, because they're trying to make her an anti-hero kind of thing, what she is. Did you like her? Chico? Did you like her better, or you're just kind of like?
In Birds of Prey, I liked her better.
Yeah.
Like I did. I think it was a little bit more of her,
Mm-hmm.
like actual, like especially like the Harley Quinn that I kind of grew up with was the animated one.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought it was a little bit closer. It's not as much as whatever the hell they did in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it seems like they were more. Now you want to talk about the opposite. I think they were more focused on her costume and look, and
I think they were
than the
focused on
actual
themselves.
character.
yep.
Yeah, you know. So, but okay, well, you know, that's awesome. Now what about Harley? Does she relate to any characters that you enjoy in anime, or is she just so unique that you just kind of draw yourself to her?
I like him crazy. Let's just say it like that.
Okay.
Most of my favorite anime characters are crazy as well, or just have something not completely
Well,
there.
what are some examples that you might could say her like
Oh
crazy? You
man.
say it crazy in your eyes.
Well, not crazy. I shouldn't say that. That's like the worst thing to say. But
We're
just
all a little crazy.
character,
Hmm.
unique. Yeah. Just how she I don't know, she's just unique. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Put me on
I
the
think like one of my favorite episodes,
spot.
like one of my favorite episodes for the Batman animated series is the episode where she finally kidnaps Batman, and she actually puts him in the tank of piranhas, holds him up.
I showed. It's funny you said that. I actually showed Cassandra that episode, and it was like because you know all like people who at least I say like people who don't follow comics or the anime series, they just know either the movie Harley Quinn or just you know they follow the you know the fad. Oh, Harley, she's cool. Like I'm gonna wear a shirt and stuff. They don't really know a lot about her.
About
And,
her.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that episode I think is a perfect example, like you were
It's
talking about,
amazing, dude.
because it
It's
shows that whole destructive relationship and why. In me, I was like, why you shouldn't. I mean, like now she's a different person because she's solo. I like that, but at the time it was like, why are you people hearting fucking Joker and
Joker and
Harley when it's
Harley, it's
like
an
the most
abusive
It's
relationship.
exactly.
it's the worst. And I think
Yeah, yeah.
that episode is the perfect example because she captures Bat. It shows how much more capable she is by herself. She
More
doesn't
of a
need Joker.
mastermind. You
Yeah,
know what
she
I mean?
captured Batman. She was
Yeah.
gonna kill him, but the only thing is, of course, is Batman, and he kind of outsmarted her by saying, "Hey, maybe you want to like show Joker your plan before you kill me, because he's gonna be
Yeah.
really mad." And then that's where it all fell because she thought he was gonna love her and take her back. Because I think at the time he like he kind of broke up with her, right? He was like pissed off, and she tried to prove
Kicked
like
her out. Kicked her
how
out the
much. Yeah,
house.
he tried to
Yeah,
prove
yeah,
like
yeah.
how much she loved him, and she thought it was gonna go one way. And when he saw how pissed off that she was literally gonna kill him,
But even though, dude, like
and
I still think
he
it's
beat
awesome
the
because
crap
like
out of her, dude. Oh my god, it's such a
I thought
crazy
it was so
episode.
cool because like not only did she capture Batman and she put him, you know, she had him like pretty much about to kill him, but the joke she did with it, you know, how like you can't make a piranha smile.
Yeah,
So what you do, you hang
hang
the
him
person upside down.
Well, she took
Put the
Joker's plan and
clown.
made it better.
Yeah, dude, it was so dope. Dude.
Yeah, she made it better, and then that's what he didn't like, and then what he did, like, which I
He
think
didn't like it because he had to think about it or some
yeah,
shit.
think about it, and that she did what he couldn't do, and
Yeah,
he got
yeah.
he got pissed off. It's just it's so crazy how much of a better character she is without him, and I like now her solo act of like, hey, I'm me, I don't need you kind of thing, and it just shows that whole thing. So I Harley Quinn is like developed from. I mean, I loved her in the anime series, but she's definitely developed into
She's
more
And then more
Yeah.
independent character.
a better
independent.
character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
A lot
Yeah.
of layers, especially like with the Ivy relationship and stuff that's going on.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
actually
yeah.
they're
Love's
actually
favorite thing.
they're actually doing that in the have you seen the animated series, the new one, the Harley Quinn animated
No, I
series?
haven't.
I'm
No.
telling you, it is like one of the best animated series I have ever seen. It's so good, and
I'll
they're
have to check it
finally yeah, you need to, and they're finally tackling that relationship with her and Ivy, which is pretty cool. Even though
right?
it's on the DC app, and I think they're showing Harley Quinn on HBO Max, I believe.
Are they?
I think so.
I have
Yeah.
HBO.
Okay, well then you got Max,
My
which
shit.
is cool. Yeah, then
Goes
you'll
my shit.
yeah. You should definitely check it out because I think Harley's
I
on
will.
HBO Max. And like I said, even though I love Poison Ivy, which is the weirdest combo, but they put Poison Ivy and Kite Man in a relationship, and it's fucking hilarious because Kite Man is a D villain, and he's such a tool bag too. He's like, "What's up?" You know, he's like that kind of guy. It's so funny, but he's hilarious.
Like Bobby Bottles.
Yeah, and it's so yeah, exactly. He's like that, and it's so funny because like he pushes the button, which they make. I love how they kind of like make fun of like the meta of like these villains, and he like pushes the button to pull him out, but then he's like, "So do you got like one of those like I forgot what he said. I think like T wrench, so I could like put this back in, because he can't even push a button to put them back in. He has to like take like a tool and fucking put it back. It's so funny. It's just it's hilarious. But yes, again, Codex, thank you for being here with us. Can you please
Thank you for having
again?
me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. And can you please tell again the people where they can find your Twitch stream and your new show one more time?
Yes. So my Twitch name is Codex1306, and you can also find me on the podcast with Love Phenomenon and Simply Amanda at SimplyPhenoDex.
Awesome. And how often do you yourself stream? Are you every day?
I try to stream at least 4 times a day.
Okay.
Well, 4 times a day. Wow. 4 times a week.
Yeah,
Four times a
Like,
week.
damn, that's a whole job. There you go. I'm gonna call you
yeah.
Ninja Codex because okay. And your show you said is gonna be like bi-weekly, right?
Bi-weekly for right now.
Okay.
I need a new job with the schedule.
Okay.
That works.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you again, and yes, please go follow Codex and go follow SimplyPhenoDex. I'm telling you all, it's a fun ride. I say it's a hot mess of fun. That's what I said.
It's the hot messes. We're the 3 hot messes. Yeah, we already established this.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
and
good.
So with that, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna she said she could stick around. Stick around. We're gonna go and talk about a little bit of some of these things that of the week that I found kind of interesting. Number one, since we're kind of on the subject of games, we were talking about games earlier. Giancarlo Esposito is going to be in Far Cry. I think that's amazing. He's like kind of getting big now because of not just Breaking Bad, but because of Mandalorian. He's like the big bad in that, and he's just so good at playing a bad guy. Chico, have you finished Breaking Bad, or?
I have never started it.
Never started.
Thank you. Yes, I'm not the only one.
I think like it goes back to what we were talking about, like Walking Dead. Like it immediately just blew up, and
yeah.
When I went to work, everybody was talking about
well,
it.
in my defense, I've just started watching it because it's on Netflix. I have not.
Yeah.
I finally was like, let me see what everyone's talking about. So I just started watching it. I will tell you, I have some issues with it. I mean, I think because it's been out for so long now, I'm not on that hype train a lot of people have. It's good, but it's like there's some dynamics that I was very like wondering why people in the past were kind of like, oh, like this like Pinkman and Bryan Cranston's character were like they were trying to. Their relationship is not what I thought they were portraying or people were talking about. It's very weird. But Giancarlo Esposito is like a badass like bad guy because he's just so smart. He's so like he's not like an aggressive kind of guy. He's just very smart, calculated. He has men.
It was what's his face's brother in Community, right? Like the half brother.
Yeah, Chevy Chase's.
Yeah.
He was that. Have you guys seen the trailer for the new Far Cry at all? Codex,
No.
I go with you. You haven't seen it? No.
No.
Okay. It's interesting because they just did the whole mocap with Esposito's face, and it kind of looks like it's going to take place in South America, and it's almost going to be
It's looking like.
Yeah, it's going to be following kind of like a rebellion type, it looks like, and I'm kind of confused because it looks like he's talking. I don't know if he's talking to his son or this was like a street rat he found that he's trying to bring up in the business. It's not really clear, but he's giving this huge monologue and showing like the rebellion and people like going crazy down below, and I guess he's like the kingpin. It's not clear if the character that you play is this kid, and you kind of turn on him or what. It's not very clear, but anything that he's in, he's amazing in Mandalorian. I mean, spoiler alert, he has the dark saber, which is fucking cool. I don't know if you Codex, have you watched any of like are you a Star Wars fan at all or no?
Yes, but I need to catch up.
Have you seen Clone Wars?
Yes.
Have you finished?
I'm trying to remember.
I finally got to the end of it.
Oh, did you? Well, did you? So you watched the last like 4 episodes I was telling you about?
Yep.
Ooh, please.
No, I need to catch up. I just started.
Okay. All right. So without like spoiling too much.
Oh, you can spoil and I'll watch stuff.
Okay.
I don't care.
It's got like 6 seasons ahead.
Well, yeah. Well, Codex, what I was telling you is like I don't think it's. I mean, it's not necessary in the grand aspect of like the movies and stuff that you need to watch it. I would say by watching it, it adds a lot. I think more
It's like,
elements and emotion to certain characters that you're like, oh, I understand, this. But like honestly, what I told Chico was like, just watch the last 4 episodes, and it ties into Revenge of the Sith. I said that's all you really need to know, and it's like just to kind of add that extra oomph to it. I was like, just watch those last 4, just for me. And I'm telling you, like, if you want to take the time, go and watch them, because I think because there's a lot of characters that come back in Rebels and stuff that I think add a lot. Like, I'm like, oh, I remember that character from Clone Wars. I think it's really cool. But if you don't want to, or you just like want to check out a little bit of how it ties in at the end, I think just watch those last 4 episodes. I think you would understand, and it's like adds another dynamic to it. So no, you're fine. Well, but so Chico, please tell me, like, what did you think?
I thought it was freaking dope. Dude.
So good,
like
right?
so, because in the sense, like, I'm not a huge Revenge of the Sith fan, right?
I think it's the best
But
out of the
way
prequels.
they did it, and the way this tied into it, like you said, it's
All simultaneous.
yes, dude. And there is like you said, like, I really wish I kind of, I still won't do it though, but like watching it at the same time, watch this part till you get to this part and back and forth of the deal.
Mhm.
I think that's cool as shit, dude. Like they actually like almost played it in time, so the deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just so dope. And in the end,
Yeah, because
it
it shows
like,
where
this is a depressing ass end to
it
this.
is. Especially like I was saying, that's why if you go back and you watch the whole show, you see why at the end those clones, why you feel at that end, because in the show you follow all these clones and you thought that they're beside Ahsoka and stuff, so it has this extra oomph to the end. But I like the fact, and it explains a lot. It helps you with like, where's Ahsoka been, like why she wasn't around during like Anakin's turn.
Yeah, because it's weird.
Shows
Like
Rex.
she was coming back in Mandalorian and stuff, and to me, like, I didn't know what the hell. Like, I don't even know where she was. I have no idea. Like, I've only seen certain seasons of it, so I didn't know where that gap was.
Yeah.
And this is actually a big.
But I'm telling you, those fight scenes, like with the clones and then her trying to get out with Rex, like the whole thing about the Rex thing, I'm excited about. Rex is, in case you didn't know, Codex, Rex is one of a few clones who, like, they took because the reason why the clones turned is they were like in their DNA, they had this kind of chip implemented that made them turn, and like she removed it out of Rex. And because he was like the one that he was pretty much fought beside Anakin and her like the whole time, so she was able to get out of him during the whole Order 66. So he's one of the few clones that are still alive. And if you go and watch Empire, no, I'm sorry, Return of the Jedi, they stated that if have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm up to Return as the Jedi, so that's the last one I watched.
Okay, if you go to the Return of the Jedi, they say during that scene where Han Solo is like about to break in the bunker with those guys, you see a guy with the white beard. He is like Rex, old, and he's like the last clone. Which I was like, that's cool. Like, that's cool. They did stuff. I love when they do those little, kind of Easter egg things like that.
That's all they are. Unfortunately, too, they're also Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it ain't like what we're doing right now. We're digging into it and we're seeing it, and like, there's a lot of thought they put into this stuff, man. Like a lot of thought.
I
man.
know, and that's thanks to the people who helmed the show and Mandalorian and like Jon Favreau and stuff like that. They care about it,
Yeah, dude.
Like a lot.
Like, to me, it's like, it blows my mind how much they took from the old stuff and created this whole bigger universe. Like, it ain't just the movies; it's actually like just the characters itself, and the people that were even in the old ones are in some of the newer stuff. Like background characters.
Yeah, and
like, I think it's cool, dude.
And then, like I said before, Dave Filoni is kind of like the successor to George Lucas, so he's like the second most person in the world who knows everything about Star Wars. So he's leading this, so he's going to tie in. Clone Wars is his baby, Mandalorian, Rebels, all that. So he ties in. He created Ahsoka. So like those are his. Sorry, my dog. Ugh.
It's okay. My cat just came into stream like how many times? It's fine.
Yeah, I just let him out. But he's the reason why all these can like tie in and stuff, and that's why I think the show is like going to be the future. Like the shows are going to be kind of like the future where Star Wars goes. It's the less decisive. I would say divisive. I'm sorry, divisive. And I think a lot of the people will agree that the shows are at least a lot like generally the mass audience is like people can say almost everyone's like, I love the show, unlike, you know, the movies who are like, I hate the way The Last Jedi is, I hate this, you know. So I don't want to get into that because those people, I don't want to get like them coming at me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so what I was saying was I'm excited for this, for Far Cry, and then also, which I thought was very interesting, is Splinter Cell TV series is coming to Netflix, and it's going to be the writer of John Wick. That is insane. Codex, you, speaking of games from the past, did you ever play Splinter Cell?
No, I haven't.
You never? Did you know about it?
Yeah.
So you kind of play like what was it? Sam Fisher, right? That was his name. Chico,
I don't remember.
Sam Fisher.
It's been such a, like, I only played the first one.
Yeah, that's the only one. Me too. And I don't know. I love the series, and I only played that one because I only cared about that one.
It reminded me so much of a Siphon Filter for some reason.
Kind of, yeah. So you play Sam Fisher, and he's just like this awesome, you know, spy kind of dude, and he works for this company, and he goes in, and pretty much the game is almost, I would say, like a Metal kind of Gear Solid, to where it's not. You don't go in and you just blow shit up and shoot people. It's more about like you go in, you have these tools, like you have the thing you can look under the door, the camera. It's kind of like doing your missions without being spotted kind of thing, and trying to do it as discreetly as possible. And then later on in the series, I know at one point it gets to where it's like company betrays him. His daughter ends up get taken and stuff. I think at one point she eventually down the series she dies, and then there's ones where he like goes double agent. So then you're playing for the bad guys, but you don't know if it's like, you know, if he's really, you know, double crossing or whatever. Yeah, it's that whole thing. So I mean, along the lines, they've done a lot with this, and it's, you know, Tom Clancy, so you're gonna get those, you know, kind of spy kind of thriller, you know, espionage type stuff. But what do you feel, Chico? Especially, let me go to you. Like, how do you feel about Netflix tackling this? Do you think it's gonna be, you know, it's Tom Clancy, so do you think it's gonna be like kind of like Amazon's Jack Reacher, to where it's that intense? Are you excited that it's the writer of John Wick? Do you think the writer is going to add more kung fu, or is he going to add more?
It's weird because like I kind of have mixed feelings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of want it to be a mixture of you know, Jack Ryan and John Wick. Mm-hmm. You know, John Wick's just an awesome ass world, you know.
And the writer's Derek Kolstad, by the way.
Like, imagine Jack Ryan in the world of John Wick. So the deal, I think that would be pretty cool, pretty interesting. But like, as long as they kind of keep it at the same essence of a spy, you know what I mean? They can't just do really action, because like the first Splinter Cell really wasn't all that much action either. It was majority of getting
go in, you know, shoot them, silence shooting.
Yeah. It's like that. It's not a whole lot of, you know, grenade over here, you know, blow this shit up or anything like that. Dude.
Yeah.
It's kinda, in my opinion, it's got to be a little bit different than John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't go in there with a fucking shotgun, but Nelly just shoot everybody up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Granted, I'm pretty sure they can, but I'd rather not do that.
Remember, like this, I said this is the writer, not like the choreographer or whatever. So
no, but that's what
it's gonna be a lot of world building, I think. You know what I mean?
Like I would love to see a John Wick like world in a series.
Well, they're doing that. I mean? You heard they're doing the hotel.
Well, the hotel thing, right?
Yeah. So you're definitely gonna get that.
Like the way I'm thinking about it is, like I said, even then now I just started watching Jack Ryan. I think it's fucking dope. It's not really what I thought it was at all. So the deal. So I'm picturing that in a John Wick world. Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely gonna be more action, probably, or he's gonna be suited, I think, more than
Obviously, I think it's got to be story driven.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. But real quick, what do you, you know, Codex? How do you feel about this? Does this interest? Like, if you saw this on Netflix and they're really pushing this, would this interest you at all? Because you're like, oh, I heard of this game. Would the game kind of influence you to maybe check it out, or is it kind of like, I don't know? I
would probably check it out to see what it's about, and then if I didn't like it, I'd move on. That's pretty much
right
it.
There with The Witcher.
Are you like let me see what the first episode's about, or do you give it a few episodes before you?
I give it a few episodes. I'll never judge something on the first episode.
Yeah,
except Breaking Bad.
The first episode?
Oh,
really?
I
watched 10 minutes and I turned it off.
I will say it is a little slow, because you know I would say they kind of delve too much into like how long it took for him to like get there. I mean, it is a little bit. I would say it does go off about like second episode, honestly. But I get it. I mean, it like I said, if it's a little slow, sometimes I'm just like come on, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, but yes,
I think a certain amount of episodes in a season too kind of drags it on too, man.
mhm.
You know, like
Yeah.
Breaking Bad had like what 20 episodes per season or something.
And
like
I think
that?
that's the issue with like, you know, on television compared to like Netflix, where it's like
Yeah.
they have to. They're like, we're gonna give you 20
Well, their
episodes. You
season's a
have
whole
to
lot
stretch
longer.
it. Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
stretch it. So you're gonna get a lot of like, because there were some times where I'm just like, man, this is like kind of filler. Like, what's going on? Where it's like Netflix is like, if there's a Splinter Cell Netflix show, it's like, you know, here you
Obviously,
go.
it's comes like 8 to 10
10,
episodes.
10
long.
episodes, you know. First episode will explain the character, and then probably like, all right, we're going off. Like probably the end of the first episode, they're like, all right, let's get into the spy stuff, you know, because
Yeah.
it should show him being like a family kind of man. I feel like it's going to start off with him and his daughter, because it's always about him and his daughter, because he's retired, I believe, in the first game, right? Or he's still in the game, and I can't remember. I don't know if they're going to go the retired route and then they bring him back or what, but I know he was already of kind of like up there in age. And
Well, I think if I remember correctly, is he was getting ready to retire, and that was his last mission.
I think something
And the
like
second
that.
one is when they bring him back
Okay, gotcha.
from retirement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha. Now, who would you like think would be a good Sam Fisher?
I don't know, dude.
Who do you
I was trying to think about that in the background, like
Yeah,
while you were talking to Codex. I'm like, I don't know, dude.
yeah. I'm trying to think who
know.
would play like a
I don't
really
know.
good.
For some reason, the first person that popped into mind is the dude that played Jigsaw from Punisher. That's the first
Oh,
person that popped into mind, dude. I don't know why. I don't know if his acting skills are up there though.
Yeah. I mean, he's. I think
I
he's
don't know,
too
dude.
young though. I think Sam
I think
Fisher
so
needs to
too,
be
dude.
old because he was kind of up there. Because unless they're gonna go like him in the beginning or something, which
Yeah.
I don't know if I want. I kind of would like to see like a seasoned. Like I'm tired of the like them kind of
Yes,
always starting
I know,
young
like,
and then
the
going on.
recruits
Yeah,
and
let's
stuff, yeah.
go to where he's already. Let's change it up and go like he's seasoned and he's like kind of like wondering why he's still doing this. Or it's I want to see those moments, those real tense moments where you know he
Kevin
can't
Costner.
stick a landing anymore and his like and he notices like his body something wrong with his leg and he has to get out of there realizing hey man like I'm not as young as I used to be. I want to see those moments.
Damn, I threw my back.
Yeah, you know, like imagine that. Like he can't carry like maybe he leaves someone to die because he can't pick him up anymore. Like
The
he used
Codex
to.
moment. I
you
gotta
know?
reload, cut.
Codex is like trying to staring at the enemy. Oh god, I can't. Oh, the clip falls out.
what are you doing? I don't know.
I don't know. And then you hear Sam Fisher. I hate you. Shut up. I hate you.
All you hear is Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. Survive.
Yeah, I know. But with that, we'll be right back. We're going to continue the news. But yeah, we'll be right back. We're going to take a little break and we'll go on with that. And for the more news. All right, be right back. All right, we're back. Again, we're here with Codex, and yeah. So we were talking about before about the Splinter Cell stuff, and I don't know. I think the at least with the world building, I think the John Wick writer has it. He's done a pretty good job setting it up. Derek Kolstad again. I want to give a shout out to the writer because I think he could probably definitely give us a world building, and I think a series is a way to go because
well, look what they did with the Jack Ryan movie. It really wasn't that good.
Or Jack Reacher.
Is that what that? No,
Jack
Jack
Reacher's
Ryan.
different. Which one's Jack Ryan?
Jack Ryan is the one with Captain Tiberius Kirk, man.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, Kevin Costner. Exactly.
I forgot about that movie. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So it makes more
it's
sense.
Better off. I think it's better off in a series. It's actually more character building there.
Yeah,
especially for something like this. Yeah.
Well, now speaking of Netflix, I find this interesting. Atomic Blonde 2 is in the work at Netflix. I know, we're gonna go back to like kind of sticking the John Wick thing. A lot of people liked Atomic Blonde for like that one huge action scene because it was the choreography of John Wick for that one action scene where it's just like that nonstop, she's just beating up all those guys getting tired. That was like the big piece that everyone remembers from Atomic Blonde. But overall, the movie itself, it was like mixed reviews. It was I liked it. I thought it was cool. It was like an 80s feel. It was based off a comic. Charlize Theron can never do wrong either. So she always kicks ass.
Flux, my friend.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, but would you say it was her that was bad, or was the whole movie?
I think the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing was just bad, dude. It just wasn't her.
Oh my god, Aeon Flux. Speaking of Aeon Flux, have you guys ever watched the old MTV Aeon Flux? Like that shit was
that's how I got
crazy.
introduced.
Have you ever heard of that, Codex? Aeon Flux?
No.
It's I know it was like
it was one of the rarely few animes that was on TV.
It was an anime
when I was growing up.
The anime, the artist for that, he ended up doing another anime. I think it was Alexander. That's what it was called. And it was based on Alexander the Great, but it was with that anime feel. But the what made it different was the art style, and I'm telling you, Aeon Flux was fucking crazy. Like the art style was weird too, because the art style like made the characters kind of elongated, and like the guys always had like 6-pack abs, but they were real skinny and kind of elongated. The art style is very strange. Yeah, Google Aeon Flux, and you might maybe recognize it, but I just know and Alexander the Great, but I just remember it was the stories there were like different stories with the character, and it was just there was some weird
shit. That she was just about dying every episode.
Oh man, it was too weird for my young mind. I was like, this is weird. I feel existential crisis
I'm
every
uncomfortable.
day. Yeah.
No, it really it
made you think. Like it had some depressing episodes. Like it was very strange, and it was on MTV out of all things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But anyways,
it was out there.
Yeah. But back to Atomic Blonde 2. Did you ever watch Chico Atomic Blonde, or even you, Codex?
No.
Did you guys ever watch it?
No.
I never watched it, dude.
I liked it. Like I said, it had an 80s flair. It had the what's that 80s song that they always use for whenever they want to do an 80s song? It's How Does It Feel? You know that song?
That New Order?
What is it? New Order. That's it.
New Order, yeah.
Yeah, New Order had that like remix and stuff. So it was
Monday.
like Blue Monday. So it was okay. Like I said, it was okay, but I know a lot of people still kind of were like asking for a sequel, and some were like, it's like could say whatever. The fact it's on Netflix kind of shows that it might have a better might have better views than if it were to be in the theaters this time around. Would you now, if it's on Netflix, would you guys see it? What about you, Codex? Would you check it out? Seeing Charlize Theron, and it'll probably put like choreography for John Wick. Would that like interest you at all to check it out of this kick-ass female character?
I'd try anything once. I watched Kill Bill.
Kill Bill, yes. Yeah. Did you like Kill Bill, or you just were like,
It was okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was out there.
Yeah,
it was different for that time. That's for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm. It was one of its kind.
He used a lot of old school samurai films and like anime influences for that, so it's definitely interesting. What about you, Chico? Would you watch it on Netflix at time? Because they'll probably end up throwing one on there because 2 would be on there. That's how they probably would work it.
I probably would.
Yeah.
Like I would like no, like I like what they did with Extraction, which I thought that shit was fucking dope. So I
Yeah.
definitely would want
Yeah.
this, you know.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, Netflix has a lot of things dropping. We're gonna have a lot of movies, at least if not this year, like next year. They're gonna. I mean, Netflix is just. I think they're taking advantage
Yeah,
of this.
I've seen some of the stuff that they've got out like
Like
working
Project
on.
Power is one that I think is
Yes, I
cool.
finally saw that
The
trailer.
trailer.
It looked out there.
It's
Yeah.
the premise is like there is a world where people can take kind of like pills and they get superpowers. So depending, I guess, on what your gene is, you get a superpower. And it's it's very interesting. Um, I don't know. I mean, if I took a pill, I wonder what my superpower would be. It'd probably be lame. Like Meg and Family Guy, like long fingernails or something, like something stupid.
Not
um,
even that sharp.
yeah. So like yeah, watching this trailer, Chico, what was your take on it?
I think it looks dope, dude. Like I'm curious more than anything now, like to see how they're gonna do it. Like to me, it's almost like a response to Amazon's The Boys sort of deal. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like I kind of got that vibe from it.
But this is a
Not
movie.
exactly. Yeah, not exactly. It's gonna be the same thing, but I don't know. To me, it seemed like that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like at least that dark with it. I think.
Yeah.
I'd definitely be interested in watching it and looking at the pictures right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
It's
of the
crazy.
screenshots.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's got
It's
Jamie Foxx, dog.
Jamie Foxx. It has a good cast, man.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx, and they're like cops trying to pretty much police these, like, it's because it's illegal for like these drugs, so like like fucking junkies or people or whatever bad people are just taking them and just doing wrong shit. So it's kind of like them trying to get it off the streets, I guess. But eventually, who's the co-star in it? I forgot. It's
Joseph.
Oh yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's right. I don't know. I
Yeah.
was going to say Jake Gyllenhaal. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's his co-star, and he ends up like it shows in the trailer. He takes one
Dude,
and then
I'm
gets
just.
hit in the face, and it's like, oh
I'm
shit.
curious to see what he's gonna do with Sandman, the Sandman stuff. Like I've been hearing about
Yeah,
that for like what 4 years now.
I know.
I
I
mean,
know.
Netflix picked it up, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm ready for it. Like
But
that many years in the making. Like not to jump ship here, but yeah.
no. Yeah. I just think a lot of things have been halted because of this whole, pandemic thing that's going on. So I think a lot of the projects, kind of fell through. Real quick, just quick mention. Going back to when we were talking about Star Wars a little bit, Disney is actually doing a spin-off of it's called The Bad Batch. That's going to be their next Star Wars show. I'm not gonna spend too long on it, but pretty much in the last season, because you only watched the last 4 episodes, right, Chico? Of the Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Well,
I watched some of the couple first seasons.
Okay, well,
like I would say the first 3 or something like that.
well, the first 4 episodes of the last season is they're four. It's called The Bad Batch, and they're pretty much like a ragtag group of clones that are like all kind of like not normal. Like something happened, so like you got one who's like super huge and he's like the powerhouse, and they literally modeled the leader after like Rambo because he looks like fucking Stallone. He has the long hair, he has the bandana, he can
It's got
read
the lip.
kind of yeah. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, that's what they based it on. Yeah, they based it on that. So it's pretty much about this ragtag group. I don't know if it's supposed to be after Clone Wars of like how they handle like afterwards because they're kind of already the outcasts, but they're these badass. Like we're gonna send them to do the
Are they the
dangerous
stoners?
job. The stoners, yeah. Yeah, right. Hey, here we go. Yes. But yeah, so I'm interested on like how they're gonna tackle like if it's supposed to be after the Clone Wars, how they're gonna fit into that universe. I just found that fascinating, so I just want to touch on that a little bit. But also what I found very interesting is this Noah Centineo. I don't know of his acting chops, but he's going to play Adam Smasher in the new Chris Rock Black Adam movie. Now, Black Adam movie has been in the talks for a long time. They're going to have that DC fandom con that's going to be all about DC stuff. So they're going to be dropping some heavy hitters, and they said that The Rock is going to be part on that panel. So this is going to confirm that they're actually going to do his solo Black Adam movie. Are you familiar with Black Adam at all, Codex, or do you know who he
Not
is?
really, no.
So, do you know that movie? Have you seen the Shazam movie or heard of the Shazam? with Zachary
I've
Levi.
heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
Okay, so Zachary Levi, his character is Shazam, and he wasn't like the first one to have those abilities. There was one before him, and that's where Black Adam comes into play. He was like kind of their champion, but he ends up becoming kind of bad and going out of control. But he ends up in the comics later kind of being more of an anti-hero, and we're kind of saying that probably with the way The Rock is, he always wants to kind of be that good guy, minus like Doom, I guess. In Doom, yeah, he played a bad guy, but so it's
Scorpion King.
Yeah, Scorpion King kind of, but he wasn't really bad either. He was like good, but in the Mummy, I guess I don't know.
He was bad in the Mummy.
Yeah, he was bad in the Mummy, but in the like Scorpion King, like the movie, he was not. It was like his rise to power kind of thing. So it looks like they're gonna kind of put him on the anti-hero kind of way in this movie, it seems like. So they're introducing Atom Smasher. Now, what I love about Atom Smasher is he's kind of like an old school kind of, I would say kind of, I don't want to say he's a D-lister because he's better than a D-lister, but he's more in like the Justice Society kind of stuff. But you see him on, if you ever watched the Justice League cartoon series, he was, when they did the Justice League, well, I think it was like the third season when you actually got to see remember the different stories of all the different leaguers they had? You remember what I'm talking about, Chico?
Yeah.
Remember that episode of the Task Force X where it was literally Suicide Squad going into the Justice League headquarters? This whole episode about that. Do you remember that one? That was one of my favorites. And Atom Smasher was in there. And what he does is he grows. He's kind of like, I don't want to say I've heard people say this. He's not the Ant-Man of DC, but he can grow huge. Okay, and like that's just like his thing. And he's super strong. I've seen a picture of the guy who's playing Atom Smasher, and he doesn't look, I mean, Atom Smasher is like supposed to be almost like Rock size, like Dwayne Rock Johnson size. This guy is nowhere near Dwayne the Rock Johnson size, and I don't know if he's going to be, because Atom Smasher ends up kind of befriending Black Adam, so I don't know if this is going to end up turning into like almost like a buddy cop flick with these guys or what, but
it's like a side character or something.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's very strange. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get swole or big or whatever, but he's going to have to get big because I've seen him in. I mean, if you're going to be compared to The Rock and you're going to be called Atom Smasher, you're going to have to get pretty huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to be
What's
caught.
his face? The dude that played Shazam, he got cut up, but he didn't get huge either.
Oh, Zachary Levi.
Yeah, he didn't get huge either.
I mean, he got pretty...
mostly you could tell. Mostly it was a suit.
Yeah,
you could tell mostly it was a suit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I saw pictures.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like cause like even but he did, like, I will say, given one from Chuck to this, he did work out. You could tell that there was some sort of, he did try, so it wasn't that bad either.
Yeah,
but it still wasn't no Rock.
Yeah,
you also got to think, man, that's like 10+ years of lifting weights too.
They'll get you quick. They'll get you on that creatine and shit real fast.
Juicing them up.
Yeah, they'll juice them up Hollywood style. Hopefully, but right, yeah. Fucking shake weight, man, shake weight.
Yeah.
No, but so I'm curious to see. Hopefully he'll be in the DC fandom. That's gonna happen coming August. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more of the story about this, if this is gonna be in the past, or I mean, if they're having Atom Smasher, it can't be in the past because the past would be Black Adam was during the Egyptian times and shit kind of thing. So that I don't think they're gonna go that far back. But yeah,
it's more like a cameo if that's really the case then. Unless they're gonna do like modern age, but even then,
I think
it's gonna
be
do that either.
I don't know, man. I still don't know why they're doing it as separate. I mean, it's The Rock. That's the only reason I can see why they would give him his own movie. We need to see. Yeah, we need to see that fight between Black Adam and Shazam, because that's like they're destined for that. But if you really want to get if you want to give a good example of what Atom Smasher could do, check out the Justice League cartoon show. I'm sure they have the episode probably on YouTube. It's Task Force X is the name of that episode, because it's about the Suicide Squad breaking into, and it's one of my favorites. It's the first time you get to see the bad guys doing something, and it's all of them, and it's very tense because them breaking into their fucking compound, and it's all filled with superheroes. It's all filled with superheroes. And it's
cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. Boomerang's in there. They got Boomerang. They got Plastique. She blows things up. That's her thing. Deadshot's in it. Really cool episode. So yeah, definitely check that one out. And another piece of interesting news. I wanted to talk to you, Chico, about this one. We'll touch on this real quick. Because you're into boxing stuff. Do you know who? Are you familiar with Jack Johnson?
Yes.
Okay.
Old school boxer.
Yeah, old school boxer, man. Like what, 1910? I mean, that's.
Or we're talking about Jack Johnson, the singer.
No. maybe
Yeah.
I feel. Yeah, no, not him. It's it's the HBO limited series that I'm excited for. Mahershala Ali is going to play as the boxer Jack Johnson. Now, Jack Johnson was a boxer in the 1900s, and this is a pretty crucial time. He was like the number one boxer at that time, and you got to think this is like 1910, African American championship boxer. I think this could really delve into like a really good biopic on, what he went through during this time, because being, I mean, segregation and stuff. I mean, I don't even think you can even say segregation at that time. Even was even like,
yeah.
It was like non-existent.
Even if he was good, he couldn't come up. He couldn't come up, dude.
And he became a champion.
Yeah.
And he became a champion. Yeah. And like I pulled up a little bit of, let me see.
It was heavyweight, right?
Yeah, it was heavyweight. So he was so he owned also, after he became famous, he owned a restaurant and nightclub. He actually had his wife was actually white, which was a big fucking deal during that time. I mean, so when he actually was married, it said that Johnson was attacked by the government only after he became famous as a black man married to a white woman, and then he was linked to other white women apparently. So Johnson was arrested on charges of violating the Mann Act, which is forbidding one to transport a woman across state lines for immoral purposes, a racially motivated charge that embroiled him in controversy for his relationships, including marriages with white women. There was also allegations of domestic violence, which, I mean, of course, could most likely probably going to be like bullshit things because he was a black man. Exactly.
Like, why wouldn't you believe it either?
Yeah. He actually fled the country, and he fought in different countries for 7 years until like 1920, where he actually had to serve a sentence when he came back. But he was a dominant champion during that time, and it's amazing. He actually lived through World War I and World War II. He actually died in literally toward the end of World War II, 1946.
God.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is
to me. Blade is playing this dude.
Yeah, the new Blade. Yeah, Mahershala Ali, man, he is an awesome actor. I'm really excited about this movie or biopic. It's a series. From what I told you, Codex. What is your take? Is that something like? Are you into biopic movies or not really? But if you like come across it, do you get interested? Would this kind of catch your fancy of like what I read to you? Would that like now kind of make you want to tune into something like that?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Mahershala Ali? Have you seen any of like Mahershala Ali's stuff?
No.
No, he.
I don't think so.
I know. You need to. You need to like look up all his movies, because I'm telling you, he's such a good actor.
One of his best performances was it Luke Cage, man, where he played the villain.
Oh
yeah.
First episode.
You seen the show Luke Cage?
Yes, I have.
Remember the villain? What was his name in that?
Oh, I don't remember. Dude.
I can't remember, but he was like one of the best parts of that. Yeah, that's him. So like if that's a credit, I mean, he carried that show, because that's telling you, once he died. Spoiler.
The series died.
Yeah. The series was like not the same. I mean, they should.
I think it was gangster when he's giving a little speech in front of the Biggie.
Yeah, the
poster, and then the crowd was also on him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so cool, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome. I think he would fit the role perfect, and I mean, it would be perfect timing for him to get like all swole for that, and then just jump right into Blade, because he is going to be the new. Blade.
Well, that's perfect. I think also that's perfect timing, dude. If he does get swole for this. Perfect excuse to swoop into Blade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's not really a huge dude either.
Mm-mm.
You know?
But that's as you know, Hollywood can get you swole with shake weight and creatines.
Like, for both, like I don't the way Blade is, and I liked him. I like what he did for Moonlight. He played that gangster drug dealer dude. Mm-hmm. I thought he did a great job, even though he was only there for 15 minutes.
I know.
Dude,
that was impactful shit.
Those 15 minutes did work.
Moonlight is. Whew.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
You need like like a happy movie after that.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of
Cleanser, yeah, you need a cleanser.
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, it's one of the.
So I'm excited. I mean, HBO is like just crushing it with their series whenever they have.
I just looked up a picture of Jack Johnson.
Yeah, dude.
Tell me why. That's Tyrese, dog.
Yeah.
Tyrese.
Oh God.
Tell me, dude, that's Tyrese, dude.
Oh no. We're gonna get Fast and Furious Tyrese for that job.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh my
Tell
God.
me he did it, dude. He does.
No.
I wouldn't say Tyrese is the best person for that role
Oh
either.
my God. No, he's gonna be Green Lantern, man. You know that. He's been pushing for that.
I'd rather have Adris, or I pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Senor Alba.
Yeah.
I'd rather have him, dude.
Just Albert, yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have him.
So, back into the news about some interesting things. I came across this today, actually. Kevin Smith is developing a Green Hornet animated series. Now, animated. Now, he's already working on a new why did I go blank? He-Man. He's doing a He-Man animated series with Netflix. So I'm surprised that he's already jumping into like a new one. And this
new one so quickly.
Yeah, and this is like weird because it's kind of
like some of these
obscure.
people too, like that started, usually don't end up directing some of this stuff. They usually guide everybody through it, though.
Right.
So that's one thing you gotta look at too, especially for animated stuff.
Yeah.
I want to assume he'd be on set. Technically, on set would be a studio, and you'd be working on different shows at the same time.
So they're gonna kind of go. It looks like they might go like kind of like. I think at one point they did do a rendition of the Green Hornet where it was modern times, but it was like the kids. It was like this. Can't remember. I don't remember if there was. I don't follow because Green Hornet was a old school radio show that eventually spawned comics and stuff later, and I know they have a run now. I'm not too familiar with the comics like that, but I just know I think at one point they did do a like Green Hornet. I don't know if it was. I know in the anime show what he's gonna do is in the anime show it's gonna be the daughter of Green Hornet, and then I think it's the son of Kato. I don't know something. It's gonna be the children. In the comics, I don't know if they did a female-esque like it was a daughter or a son. I thought
like the last rendition we got of it was that Seth Rogen stuff.
Yeah, the Seth Rogen movie. Right. But that was like. That was the last.
That was its own thing, dude.
But that focused on actual like the main character, not the kid or son or whatever. This is actually going to be like the kids of it, so it'll probably be modern times, which would be interesting.
Have Kato be like the Bruce Wayne of Batman Beyond and stuff.
Maybe I don't know.
Building all this stuff for him.
But I think, and I keep forgetting. Of course, this was a TV series. Of course, I think it was a radio show and then a TV series. Of course, that's where the famous Bruce Lee got famous from. Like that was his like big role. He played Kato.
Yeah, Kato.
That's where like in the new Green Hornet movie they do like homage to it. So I don't know. What do you think about this?
Yeah.
What do you think about an animated? I mean, it's a weird route I think to go. But Kevin Smith likes to kind of do those weird, kind of obscure things, you know. So like, what do you think about that Codex animated? Would you anything Kevin Smith? Do you like Kevin Smith? Do you like Kevin Smith stuff?
It's
okay.
Hit
or miss? Is he a hit or miss? He's a hit or miss with us. Like we'll tell you.
Yeah, it's hit.
It's more of a miss. I'll tell you that for me.
This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, guys. He doesn't want my attention ever, even when I'm streaming, and now it's just like,
he wants to be the star of the show. He's
right.
I might have to change the name. What's the name of your cat's name? I'm gonna put it on the bottom.
It's Jinx.
Jinx. Welcome our guest Jinx to
Like, what do y'all bitches want?
I know, right? He said Kevin Smith. I love Kevin Smith.
Zach and Miri make a porno? Yeah, give me another.
What Kevin Smith movies did you like, Codex, that you've seen?
Just give me 2 seconds here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Jinx, please. No, please. No. Go away. Okay, now she's starting my laptop.
Nice.
It's
like you can't.
I have a.
Can't throw me out. Oh no. Oh no.
Harley Quinn.
It's like it's me or nothing.
Yeah.
You cannot do this show without me.
Who do you think you are?
It was me and you all along. Clerks was really good. Jay and Silent Bob.
Did you yeah, did you see the new one? The new Jay and Silent Bob?
No, I haven't yet.
Yeah.
And when
Mhm.
I was a kid, I watched Dogma.
Oh, I love
I
Dogma.
love
Dogma
Dogma.
was
I
That's
think
my
it's so
jam.
underrated. Like when you hear they talk about Kevin
yes,
Smith movies, that's like the only few Matt Damon
Dogma
performances I
is
like.
like up there.
I love Dogma.
Yeah, like
Um,
it's got to be up there for even like most movies for me too.
yeah, I
Like at
really
least
love
in
Dogma.
it's its own thing, dude. Like most people when they talk about Kevin Smith, Mallrats and Chasing Amy and stuff like that,
Hmm.
Clerks. But
Yeah,
not for me. It's Dogma all day.
but Dogma had a
Dogma.
good cast too. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was a
Carlin
fucking
for
When
God's
was
sakes.
yeah, it was a
Dogma
Hollywood cast,
released?
dude.
I don't know. Wasn't it like in '90s, like late '90s?
Yeah,
It's
like
gotta be
I
in the
was
90s.
young when
Yeah,
this was
Yeah,
released,
yeah.
and
I
I
know.
remember watching it. Like I would have been like, "Come on, give me a
Yeah,
date."
Like
shit.
I watched it. I remember I watched it on Comedy Central. It was right after Cheech and Chong.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. The was it the Nice Dreams? It was right after
I
that.
was 9.
What
It
year?
came out 1999.
Oh, 99. Man, 99 is a good year, man. Matrix and all
Mhm.
that stuff. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It's just a weird project for him to tackle. I was excited when I did He-Man because I could see him loving like the old
Well,
school
even like I would
He-Man
think too, like
show.
some of his comic book stuff ain't bad too. Like some of his Daredevil
Yeah.
and
And he's
Batman stuff,
directed
he's done it actually dumb.
some of the like WB superhero
Yeah,
shows.
yeah,
He's
like
directed
Flash,
a few
right? I
episodes.
think
He
he did
does
some
a
few of
few
those.
episodes of
Yeah,
Flash and stuff. So
but
I
I don't
mean,
think he's a bad writer, dude.
oh,
I don't think so. It's really like his new age movies that I think just
yeah, I love his
those don't do it for
conversations.
me.
Like when he has
Yeah,
those like deep like conversations.
was it Batman on Batman or what was it?
Batman's cool.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
cool
yeah.
little podcast he does. Oh, Codex, if you really like, you need to watch the new Jay and Silent Bob. Then I think you will like it. It has a
Yeah.
lot of heart. It references like all his movies too in this movie because it's almost like I always said it's the end game of the Kevin Smith universe kind of thing. So you should watch it. I think you would enjoy it.
I'll
It's on
check it
VOD.
out.
Yeah, it's on VOD. But yeah, I
I
just
think
wanted.
it's still on Amazon. To tell you the truth,
Oh, okay.
Is it on Amazon?
I think
I'll have
so.
to check that out.
I think I
Oh,
saw it.
all right. There you go. Nice.
I think. Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that's interesting about that. But I also think this is also equally interesting but more exciting to me. Hawkeye series that they're doing on Disney Plus. Jeremy Renner, of course you know him as
Yeah.
Hawkeye. He is. They finally found they casted who's gonna play.
Is it official? Official?
It's
Or is it just
official.
no rumor?
No, it's a. I think it's a. I believe it's official. Hailee Steinfeld is going to play Kate Bishop, is Hawkeye's protege, that this series is going to be based on. He's gonna pretty much teaches her to be like the next Hawkeye kind of thing. So, interesting that they got Hailee Steinfeld. I mean, she's a good actress.
True Grit.
True Grit when she was really
Yeah,
young was
dude,
really
yeah.
good. A lot of people like Pitch Perfect.
Gwen Stacy, dog.
Pitch Perfect 2. Wait, what?
She was Gwen Stacy in the Into the Spideyverse.
Oh yeah. She was, yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good point.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
good. I was gonna say I liked her in Bumblebee a lot. Bumblebee, she was really
Actually, out of
good,
all the
man.
newer ones,
She's
that's
so
actually
good.
I would say the better one.
Bumblebee is really good, man. I
yeah.
love Bumblebee. Speaking of that, you need to watch that Transformers War on Cybertron on Netflix. 6 episodes, 30 minutes. So good, man. It ties into
Yeah.
the 80s Transformers kind of like movie. It's like a real serious I mean, it's not like, they have a few of the characters who are a little kind of, they're the way they
It's got my
act.
boy Starscream as the
Starscream's in there, but it's like
Yeah.
it's before he became
Right on.
leader of like the Flyers. They called them Seekers. You see my two favorite are on there, Jetfire, and fucking Sideswipe. Dude, those are my motherfucking dudes always. Now, Jetfire when they come to Earth, he ends up like taking he scans the shuttle. So he's literally a fucking spaceship. And I fucking love it. He is one of my favorites. And the Sideswipe, he usually picks like a fast car. He's usually like Ferrari or some crazy shit.
I thought it was cool what they did with him in the movies, but they didn't have him as a main character either.
No,
you know
but
what I mean?
the few minutes he had when he was like crushing people, like he would like
Yeah,
transform
that
and
was
skating
dope.
and fucking
Yeah,
people
yeah.
on there. That was like one of the few good things about it. But other than that, I'm telling you, watch the show. It's really good. Real quick, what do you guys think about this Hailee Steinfeld on this Hawkeye? show? Do you think she's a good fit? You think she could do the like an action scene? You think that? I mean, of course they're gonna train her, but could you see her being like a good like kind of Hawkeye Junior? Let's start with you, Codex. What do you think about Hailee Steinfeld as shooting bows and arrows?
I think it would be an interesting new thing.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't really done much of that from what I've seen, anyways.
No, she's always like she's a good actor. She can really. I think she's gonna have really good key moments when she's with Jeremy Renner. I mean, she can act her ass off. So I think it'd be good. So it'll be also see her like kick some butt. But I'm still curious on what this story is going to be like. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of a grounded hero, so.
Yeah.
I don't know, Chico. What do you think? Like, you think this could be? Like, what do you think the story would lead to? It would be like undercover.
Well, obviously, I think how they even like kind of do Hawkeye in the Avengers movies. He's kind of like that little motivation to keep pushing.
Yeah.
Scenes and stuff like that. So I think it would be cool to see that in a bigger retrospect. And you know me, dude. I've always liked Hawkeye way before they even blew up. The Marvel universe even blew up. So I've always liked Hawkeye. So I'm curious to see how they're going to do a series off of him.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what kind of villains they would have. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, well, the thing too, like, before Hawkeye even joined the Avengers, technically he was really a bad guy. I guess you could say he wasn't really a good guy either.
Assassin, but
he really wasn't. So I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to do that, if they'll even touch anything of that nature.
Do you
but
think
I find it really cool that how, in my mind at least, he's going to train somebody. It's not really a replacement. He's just training somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kate Bishop's pretty prominent. She's like, kind of like she's been part of the like Young Avengers and stuff like that, and I heard they're gonna take a lot source material from the current Hawkeye run, which I'm kind of excited about. The new Hawkeye run is, I heard was like really good, and I think he's to me, I don't know, it's weird because nowadays like he's kind of like look as his like a secondary Avenger, but like honestly, if you go back to old school comics and you go even back to the arcade Marvel game, I mean, he's one of the main characters you can play as. So it's very strange that they make kind of a jokey about like what he can do compared to Super. But to me, I mean, he's like, I mean, if you're gonna really say he's like, I mean, imagine Batman in a world of superheroes. He fucking kicks ass. I could see Hawkeye. I mean, I think he would have every arrow for the job, whatever it takes. So
I mean, he's got more brain than most people would like to think. I mean, you gotta think.
And I love the whole like the way they did him in the movies with pushing the buttons. That's how he cycles through what arrow, so he knows how to do. Oh man, I love that. Like it was so
just
good.
One of my favorite scenes. He shoots without aiming. You know what I mean? Looks over here.
I know. That's almost
that shit was dope, dude.
Just looking, or like when he, it gave him a nice little, how they always gave character moments in the first Avengers where he like shoots the arrow at Loki. Loki catches it, but you were like, oh
he
damn it!
Him.
It blew up. It blew him up.
That wasn't the move. That wasn't the move. Yeah.
It's so cool. Dude, I'm excited because I do like Jeremy Renner, and I think it'll be good to see.
I want more Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye.
He always gets put.
I don't want him to go, dude.
I know he's so good, and I mean, he's the reason why we have Scarlet Witch too. Because I mean, if you didn't have that awesome talk with her in Age of Ultron, we wouldn't have her to be an Avenger. So he plays very important key roles, and I think we are going to see more of that. And I like Jeremy Renner. I just think some of the movies he's in, it's just like he gets kind of like, I don't want to say he gets bad roles. It's just like he doesn't get those like,
those iconic should
escalate his career.
I mean, the Hurt Locker and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a great job.
Well, like
I understand
the Bourne series that was supposed to create an all new Bourne movie with him, but then that was not good. And so that crashed.
I think he did good. Well, at least the action in it was dope.
Yeah.
At least for him. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. I mean, the town, buddy. The town is my shit.
The town is so good, Ben Affleck. Boston.
Fuck you.
Boston.
Fuck you.
Come on, fuck yeah.
Whose call we taking?
But yeah, oh my god, I'm so excited about this. I can't wait. But dude, I mean, Disney needs to hurry up and throw these series out there. I know this COVID.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's the reason why I got them.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
the only reason I got them.
I guarantee you most people who got Disney shows because they were waiting to see these Marvel shows, and now this COVID thing kind of tramped on it. It's not leaving a lot. I know a lot of people left.
I want my Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know
what I mean?
what
I heard? I was listening to a podcast, and they were like, they named the 3 ones, and a lot of them were like, I'm looking forward to Loki series. It was their number one. Falcon. It was like a keep. It was a keep. It was a keep, trade, and like cut. That was like their thing, and it was a lot of them said keep Loki, lose Falcon and Winter Soldier, and like trade like the Scarlet Witch one.
What?
And I'm like, what? I don't. I was like, what the like? I don't know if it's because of what's his name who's playing Loki. I don't know if that's why they're excited. But Loki to me is like, honestly, if you really, I could take it or leave it.
In my opinion, because he's done, dude. He's done to me.
Well, Loki has
done.
The Loki show has no. The show has no meaning for the future of Marvel if you really look at it, because did you see Endgame, Codex?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so I know it's like kind of confusing, but pretty much like the whole thing of like a lot of people fail to realize is like once Captain America puts stones back, like whatever happened in the alternate universes don't exist anymore. I mean, the Ancient One said so, right? So this Loki show has, to me, is no purpose. Like so it doesn't matter to me. But Falcon and Winter Soldier, and the Scarlet Witch are going to carry the Marvel universe, the next phases. So to me, that everyone's excited about this Loki show, time traveling thing. I don't know if this is true, but from what we heard of the premises, Codex, is that he's going to be going through history, and I don't know, like working for some agency to fix, I guess, time anomalies. So he's going to be in. It's going to be like
I don't know
quantum.
how I feel about that.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Time cop over here.
Oh my god! I know, time cop. Exactly. Oh Jesus Christ! That should be a series, man. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I don't get this. I'm more excited. I would say now that I'm going to be honest. I forgot that Hawkeye was going to be a show. So now that
I'm actually really excited.
It's been a rumor for so long, so it's like, is it actually going to be or not?
Yeah, exactly. And now that they kind of remind us, hey, we got Kate Bishop, we got the young Hawkeye here, kind of makes me be like, yes, let's get. I could do without Loki. Let's go ahead and if we're gonna do the like cut, keep, and then trade, let's fucking keep Falcon and Winter Soldier. Let's cut fucking Loki, and then I'll trade Scarlet Witch for a Hawkeye series any day, because I'm interested in the Scarlet Witch series, because it's supposed to be very weird and supposed to kind of be like a sitcom-y kind of thing, because she's like in her own world kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm like 50-50 on that in Hawkeye, dude.
Right. I think it's
got to be one of the two. Yeah,
I'm gonna take Hawkeye.
I don't know.
Yeah. But we're going to go ahead and take our last break, and then we're gonna come back and report on this last story.
I actually have to take off. My work is adding me right now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, no. That's fine. So real quick, go ahead and please tell everyone again one more time where they can go ahead and find your stream.
So it's Codex 1306 or SimplyPhenoDex on Twitch.
On Twitch. Okay, awesome. And again, thank you so much, Codex. Thank you for sticking around.
Thank you guys for having me.
No problem. Thank you for being part of the show. Yeah, definitely. And we would love to have you back, and maybe we can make it work so we can get the Trinity. Yeah, we'll get the Trinity going. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be a show.
You gotta get Amanda on first.
Oh yes, I will definitely. I'm definitely gonna hit her up. And yes, please, people, on our show, go ahead and check her out. Again, thank you so much, Codex.
Thank you
for
guys.
being here, and we will be right back. All right, thanks. Bye. All right, we are back. Um, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I want to thank Codex for taking the time for being on our show. It was cool to have her. I hope you all learned a lot, and trust me, she is, as you could tell, she's very easy to talk to. A lot of fun. Um, she's like us, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was really cool, and I'm glad she got to stick around for as long as she did. I know she was very, busy. She's go to her stream later. She says she's gonna stream later, and so she has her job and she has Twitch, which is like another job, especially when you get affiliated. You got to keep up. Um, so yeah, that was awesome. Very exciting. What did you think, man? Like,
I thought it was good, dude. I
another
thought it was really good. Yeah.
very knowledgeable again.
Yeah,
Another
yeah.
person who knows her shit, and a big surprise. Harley Quinn kind of Batman fan. I did
Oh yeah,
not.
dude. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah,
I actually didn't see it coming.
I
Like I
didn't
saw
either.
all the anime stuff in the background, then I just see the cup. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what I want to do is like we're gonna talk about this last big story, which I was like, what? Sarah Paulson is going to play Nurse Ratched. Now, excuse me, the fucking hops. The Nurse Ratched is from One Fly Over the Cuckoo's Nest. One of my favorite movies. Jack
What an
Nicholson.
hour, yeah.
Of course, Chico's as well. Jack Nicholson. Now, this is crazy, man, because especially like I showed you, they show her with the pictures. Now, this isn't going to be like a movie spin-off. It's they're doing their own version of Nurse Ratched for the American Horror Series.
Okay, so it's not necessarily her from the movie. They're just doing like an adaptation
Well,
of the character.
it's weird. It is her character, but it's going to be like, I guess it's going to be following more her side, and it's going to be their.
Oh, is this
take
what
on
the next
Salem
series
style.
of American Horror Story is? Is that
Yes.
Asylum?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
Very interesting to take this
Huh.
character and do that route with it. Now, if you really look at it, I don't know how I feel about this. I do find it interesting.
Like I actually find it really what's the word I'm looking for? Guarded, I guess, through one of the characters that I really enjoyed in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like almost guarded, like
Yeah.
like what did they ruin her?
I I don't know, because again, I don't know, audience, if you all watch American Horror Story. I've never seen American Horror Stories, but I know Sarah Paulson's pretty good actress, and so that's a plus. But the Nurse Ratched character, to me, in the movie itself, she wasn't like evil with the mustache twirling kind of evil. Like, she wasn't
No.
evil in that aspect, because it was just the fact, the things that she did to decide, like, she did want to, I think in some way she did care about those patients, but it was almost like a really strict kind of like borderline, like, I mean, like, strict parent kind of, you're not going to do this at all kind of thing. And I think that's what turned it, and all those events that happened, because Jack Nicholson was that kind of outlier, and that kind of wrecked her the whole area. And like, you got to think, Jack Nicholson's character itself, well, he wasn't that great of a character, like, person either. Like, he
No.
lied to get in there so he didn't go to jail. Like, that was the whole premise of it.
Yeah. Instead of going to jail, you end up doing the asylum
He
thing.
made him think he was there. He was crazy, and I
Yeah.
think she knew his bullshit, and that was the thing.
Yeah.
But was she a good person? She wasn't a good person. I mean, she made what's his name commit suicide because she made him
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
so bad that he got laid. I mean, what? Come on.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I do feel myself a little guarded over that character. Like low key that she was like one of my favorite things in the movie. Like there was always a sense, like you said, like is she really bad? Bad?
Hmm.
Like intentionally, you also get that vibe. Like she might be a good person too, but then she's also technically, I want to say, keeping order at her job.
Yeah.
You know.
And she was placed by Louise Fletcher. I mean, it's iconic. I mean, that's some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Um,
Not saying that Miss Palmer can't do it or anything like that, because I also think she's a great actress too.
She's gonna take it as her own and run
Yeah.
with it. But that's what scares me, because are we gonna get insane, crazy, like this hospital is doing some unorthodox shit? Or are we gonna get like a real, like, hey, this is Asylum, this character is deeper than what we think, and it's gonna be just these events of maybe what made her the strict person? Or do you think they're gonna go like, it's called American Horror, stories? So like, is this gonna be a straight, like, she's gonna be like this really evil, crazy person with this like hospital that's doing some really fucked up shit behind the scenes? Like, what do you think they're gonna do? You think they're gonna go that route because of its American Horror Story? Or you think they're gonna stay true to the character, or they're gonna try to do something different?
I think they're gonna try to aim more towards something different, right? But I don't know, dude. Because even then, some of these pictures too, it seems more of an American Horror Story than it does like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. At least that's the sort of vibe I'm getting from these photos. Man.
And also, you could tell I mean, she's obviously looks like
she's got Sharon Stone up in this piece too.
She's playing the past. Like, you could tell with the clothes.
Yeah,
it seems like
yeah.
She's a lot younger. Possibly, what you think it might be, 60s, maybe 60s or 70s. Just more like toward the 60s to me. I don't know.
I would like towards early 60s.
Like you said, this one picture, you see this guy with the messed up face. It looked like he might have been a burn victim. You see this, Sharon Stone with the monkey.
Yeah.
And then I guess, I don't know if the son is mentally challenged, or she's maybe like, he's kind of like, maybe the weird twist is she like treats him like he's like a little kid, and he's not. I don't know. This one picture is this guy. He looks like he's gonna be like a crazy cartoon kind of character. Yeah, I don't know. And then like this, they're showing this one nurse, Judy Davis, as Nurse Betsy Bucket. She looks like she's going to be maybe she's the
more of the Ratched there,
more of the villain there, and then and Nurse Ratched is seeing, maybe she's like innocent, and then she starts seeing the corruption behind it. Maybe she has to become hard because of everything that's going on. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I think it's interesting.
From other things, I never thought they would try to do something off of that character either, though.
Yeah.
For me, like,
I know, right?
I actually more expected a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest remake than a series, like than a movie off of her. God. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! You know what?
But how would you?
That might be. What do you think? I mean, I'm not gonna say no movie is like untouchable, but there are some movies that I don't think people
shouldn't be touched. Dude.
I think some movies also they wouldn't touch. You think they would ever touch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No, I think that's why they're actually going more with this than they are with that. With the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Because like you said, I don't think it's really touchable, especially nowadays. So you got to think there's a bunch of movies kind of who try to do what One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest did. Don't necessarily pull.
Like, what do you?
I can't really think of anything on top of my head. Like, this one I saw with Emilia Clarke in it. I don't remember what something Stone. I forgot the Sound of the Stone or something like that. I forgot. That one kind of like try to do that. So, yeah, it's like a European film.
Okay.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't.
It was all dubbed too, so I don't think it got over here in the States.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. So now, let's say, for example, you've never watched American Horror Story. Do you think, knowing that this is going to be the next one, and since they don't really tie into each other, they're always like different characters, would this kind of make you want to check this out to see?
Well, if you really look at it, like even like I know American Family Horror Story, they did the whole asylum thing in season 2 already as well. That's like where it all took place, is in an asylum too.
Mm-hmm.
But you could tell like this thing they're leaning more towards One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, so it's a little bit different, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a run down asylum.
Yeah.
It looks like
a fancy.
It looks like a bunch of crazy characters is going to be the thing.
Yeah.
And then they're really like, one thing that it worries, like, I know it's drawing other people's attention to it. This is on Vanity Fair, by the way, people. So if you really want to look at these pictures, you can go on there. There's this one picture that kind of worries me, that it's going to go that she's going to become this evil thing is that the very last picture where it shows the Ratchet and it has like Netflix September 18th
Yeah.
kind of thing. And like hold on.
It's just the creator of American Horror
Yeah,
Story,
the
so it's not
creator.
so it's its own thing.
Oh shoot, I didn't go. You know what? I read it, but I didn't go that far down.
Yeah.
I thought this was gonna be another chapter. Okay, well
Like,
hold
like
on.
I said, like they've already touched the whole asylum thing in season 2. So I was kind of shocked they were gonna do it that route.
Oh, okay. Well,
So it's its own
I'm
thing.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's its own thing. It's gonna be a first season. I when I saw the first, I didn't even see the Ratchet's eye-catching first season. I didn't even think about that when I read it. I just know that I saw there was an American Horror Story, and I was looking at it because there's more pictures than anything. So, that is my bad. It's going to be its own Netflix series here, called Ratchet, and but still, again,
Well,
what
the
I'm worried
concept is
about,
still there.
it's still the kind of almost like I'm worried that it's going to be the same thing because it's like this picture shows her back facing like away from the picture and it says Ratchet and it really looks like the cover art for the next American Horror Story. So that's what I'm a
Well, it
little
definitely
worried
has
about.
that feel. Like straight up, even the other pictures definitely still have that feel to
Yeah.
American Horror Story.
I know, and that's I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Because
Eh,
low key, dude, I stopped watching American Horror Story after season 1.
okay.
The rest of the stuff didn't even grab me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And Paulson, she stated that it was a thrill to give texture and depth to one of the film's most mysterious villains. So even in her eyes, she looks at it as she was a villain. And I mean, there's argument to say she was like a vindictive person, but I would say
Probably.
honestly before in my opinion now, I would say when you look at the film, she's just doing what she is trained to do before Jack Nicholson
Technically,
gets
she's
there.
doing her job.
Yeah, before Jack
At a certain
Nicholson gets there,
yeah.
and then when Jack Nicholson gets there, which even though he, you know, even though if you break it down, Jack Nicholson at the time, since he was technically faking and he was the normal person when he interacted with these characters, even though in his mind he was doing them some good, he was still messing up her world. He was still messing up her procedures because there's a lot of things that he kind of like had them do that they weren't supposed to, and it's kind of like her den mother over her children kind of aspect to it. And then I don't think she wanted, like, she didn't expect what's his name to commit suicide either.
Yeah.
from her doing that. That was kind of like her kind of, you know, spanking him in a way of saying, I'm going to tell your mother what you did. But she did have some very.
She did some bad thing.
She did. Yeah, she wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
But I don't know as to so far as to call her a villain. I don't. I don't want to necessarily agree.
And it's hard to say because, like, you know, technically she was the villain of the movie, but doesn't necessarily. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of hard to describe it.
Would you say antagonist and villain are not like necessarily the same thing? Like,
No.
you can have an antagonist, but then you can have a villain.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call her a villain. I would say she's an antagonist of the film.
Yeah, I think that fits it better.
So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, again, this isn't it's not the next chapter in American Horror Story, but the way that people who do it are tackling this, that's what makes me worried that they're going to, in the statement that Sarah Paulson said, I'm a little worried that they're going to try to go that, like, she's innocent at first and then she's going to get corrupted and kind of go into that evil route. But again, I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I can't really say. But
from other things, I will say I'm actually pretty shocked that they're going with this route with it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, this is actually.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but we'll all find out on September 18th is when it's going to drop on Netflix. First season. I'm definitely going to check it out because I'm curious.
Yeah, more than anything,
I
curiosity.
am gonna check it out, and, you know, like I said, I'll give it a couple episodes to see if it catches my fancy. But if I haven't seen American Horror Story, but I'm sure, Chico, if you get those American Horror vibes, you're probably going to drop it.
I don't know, man. Season 1 was still pretty good. I do like season 1. Too.
Okay.
I do like season 1. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know with other stuff though.
Yeah.
Like, yet again, like, you know how long? I don't know how long, if it's still going or not, but I know it's lasted a couple seasons.
It's still going, but that's why I thought
Obviously,
this was
it's still
like
got
that's why I thought this
scandal,
was the next chapter, you know, because it like looks
well,
like
it's Sarah
it's the
Paulson
next.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I was like, oh, this is the same one, but No, but yeah, what do you all think? Are you excited? Have you guys seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? If you haven't, you need to. But check
One of
it
those
out. Yeah,
1,000 movies before you die.
yeah, definitely. Check it out. One of Jack Nicholson's best performances. But yeah, what do you think about this? You guys like Sarah Paulson? You like American Horror Story? Let us know. Give us comments on any of these stories, man. Whatever you guys think, we'd love to hear about it. Very curious. But yeah, definitely with that note, I would like to again. Can't say this enough. Thank you to Codex for coming on the show. Please check out also their new show on Twitch, the SimplyPhenoDex, and of course her channel. Codex is an awesome person, and any of the guests we have, we really want to thank them, and we want to thank you all for being on here. Like we said before, if you get a chance, please go ahead and give us like a like and thumbs up, and also, I know it's cliche, but really hit that bell, because it like lets you know when we drop our show. And we want you to kind of take the ride with us and join us, and have a brew when you watch us if you get a chance. I mean, don't do it at work. Don't do that. But also go over to Apple Podcasts and give us a review. Helps us out a lot, and gets more eyes and ears. Helps with the algorithm. So again, to all you who do continue to stick with us, we want to thank you. Really appreciate it. We love doing the show. And Chico, where can they find you?
Twitter, Killing Joke 127.
Yes, and you can also find me on Twitter at Vic the Tanman. And yeah, keep your eyes and ears down. I have some ideas that I would like to maybe bring to this channel and some other aspects. So look forward to that news in the future. But again, I want to thank you. And like I said, we all have our opinions, so let's be nice and let's talk about it. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye.
Deuces, peoples.